Hi guys, my name is Bethany and this is a Faye in the Life. The day we have been waiting for almost a year is finally here. We are leaving on our Carnival cruise this morning with my family and like the shirt says, hooray! We just got dressed and Brandon is getting Kennedy up right now and we're gonna head out and grab some breakfast on the way. It's about an hour drive to the port and then we are going to be getting on our boat. So excited. I'm going to be taking you guys along. We're going on a 4-day cruise. I'll show you our cabin. I'll show you the food we're eating. And of course, Weight Watchers is taking a backseat on this trip. We're going to enjoy ourselves and get right back to it when we get home. Let's go. We are ready for our cruise. We live about an hour away from the port, so we just drove ourselves and are going to park in the parking garage. Our ship was the only ship in port that day, so it was really fun while we were driving up that was our ship that we could see. The Freedom actually had a fire on board a couple months ago and part of the funnel got burned off, so they just haven't completely repaired it yet. So that's why the tail fin doesn't have that signature whale tail that Carnival's known for. Our boarding appointment was between 10 and 10:30. We picked the earliest one they had. We got there, got through security pretty easily, and then we just had to wait in the waiting area until they called us to go ahead and board. It was fun walking over the little walkway and getting to kind of see the boat, and you got kind of hyped up as you were going up to the ship itself. You'll see my parents a lot here because they were walking in front of us. But we went with my mom and dad and my sister and her husband, and we were doing the 4-day cruise to Nassau and Carnival's island, Princess Cays. We got suites all right next to each other, so at least we were close. We came in on deck 3, which is kind of the main deck where the lobby and the atrium is. And so it was really fun to kind of walk in and see everything decorated for Halloween, since they do have all of their Halloween festivities going on. So that was really fun. Kennedy was a little afraid of the elevators at first. We thought maybe the glass one would be cool because then she could see out, but she was like, no, you have to hold me. It's always really cool going up in there, and then of course you can see all around, and up at the top is the water park. They do have the green eggs and ham breakfast that just came back, so we were excited for that. We wanted to sign up to do that. Since our rooms weren't ready, we went to the Lido deck and had some brunch. There wasn't a lot of people in there yet, so I was able to kind of get a little video of the buffet they had laid out, and they had salads, some meats, you could make a sandwich, they had some fish, bread, potatoes, just a whole bunch of different things that you could get, as well as dessert. This was the pool in the back of the boat. We kind of just wandered around Lido for a little while. This was the midship pool, and we kind of hung out here. Brandon wanted to get a burger at the guy's burger place, and then they also have the Blue Iguana taco bar area as well. Kennedy was being shy and didn't want to be in pictures and video, and I think she was just kind of overwhelmed with how many people were around. But there's Brandon's burger, and of course she wanted some fries. Kennedy was feeling a little overwhelmed with all the people and the loud music right by the pool, so she and I walked up to the next deck, and we could see our family from there, and she was trying to snuggle in and ended up knocking me over on my butt in front of everyone, so we all got a good laugh on that one. But she was laughing about that. It was cute. They had this towel animal guy walking around. At 1:30, we were able to finally get into our room so we could put down all of our carry-on luggage. Our checked baggage was already there, so that was great. So we got a balcony room, and we are going to ask them to take down the divider between us and our parents' room just so we can have a little more room out there. Kennedy was not interested in going out on the balcony, but I like to go out there in the morning and at night just to kind of see what's going on. We had the Ocean Suite. We actually were booked on the Elation, and then Carnival moved all their ships around, and we actually got a bigger ship, the Freedom, and therefore got a bigger room. So we got an Ocean Suite, which was just a little bit bigger than a regular balcony, and it has the double sink vanity in the bathroom. You had a walk-in shower, which looks really big, but if you turn sideways, you can move your arms around, but don't do a face on. You'll put your arm through the glass. And I like that they had the pull-down shower handle because Kennedy likes to take showers, but obviously the rain shower one would be too big. But it had plenty of storage, lots of closet space, which was great. Brandon's first order of business was going ahead and getting everything unpacked and sorting us into different drawers. So I hung out with Kennedy on the bed. Thinks that this bed is for her, but she is sadly mistaken. No, you look pretty comfy. Anyway, Brandon finished unpacking everything and he is ready to get started. We got our key cards, so we are ready to get our vacation started. My sister and her husband got Kennedy a little goodie bag with a cute little outfit and some activities and books to do while we were on the boat, just to help keep her occupied. She's sporting her really cool green bracelet that she has to wear since she's too little for the key card. It just says their muster station on it in case she's separated from us, so they know where to put her in an emergency. For a good portion of the first day, this is what we would get when we tried to take video or pictures with Kennedy. She would hide and turn away. But we went up on deck to watch the boat pull out and got to see a nice panoramic view of the port. She wanted to look, but then she was like, no, I'm good, and would walk away. So we ended up holding her just so she could kind of see, because it is pretty cool. We saw some people working over here doing construction. We saw some pelicans. We saw a couple boats. So she thought that was pretty cool. I think maybe she was just a little scared being up so high. She's never been on anything like this before, so she was just a little nervous. But like I had mentioned before, Freedom did have a fire in their funnel a couple months ago, and they did dry dock it and do some repairs, but they just didn't complete putting on the rest of the whale tail funnel. So we have this kind of gimpy funnel on our boat, but it still works fine. It is October, so they have all of their pumpkins and their pumpkin pirate guy in the lobby. There's the casino, as well as their cherry on top, where you can get candy and goodies for kids. We were sitting in the dining room and I saw something out of the corner of my eye and looked down, and there was this little bird hopping around. So I guess he wanted to go on vacation too. We went to the main dining room for dinner every night, and I took pictures of everyone's food. So no, I did not eat all of this by myself. My sister and brother-in-law got the gluten-free options for their meals. Kennedy really enjoyed all of the music going. She liked to dance to that. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Can you move the lasagna bowl?
Yeah, do you like it sweet?
And when we got back to our room, we had a towel friend waiting for us. The sunset was absolutely gorgeous that night. Day one is all finished. We had lots of yummy food and just hung out around the ship. We checked out the balcony. We got to watch us set sail. We are getting ready for bed. We just had dinner in the dining room and it's late. We're all tired. So we're gonna go to sleep, and tomorrow we will be in Nassau. The day we get home from our cruise is actually my mom and Brandon's birthday, so we left these little whiteboards outside of our rooms. It was really fun to wake up to and see all the love from random people. We headed down to Lido for breakfast, and that is usually our go-to just because we can come and go as we please and get down there early. Hi guys, it's day 2. We survived our first night in the room. Kennedy was very unhappy with having to shower and go to bed, but once we got her to sleep, it was fine. She slept really good. We did not sleep as great. There were lots of noisy people outside of our room all night. We have a whiteboard out there between my sister's room and our room, and everyone was writing happy birthday and like having a party right out there. So it was cute, but we're tired. At least we did get a few hours of sleep. We are at Lido now to get breakfast. Brandon is in line to get Kennedy and his breakfast, and then I'll go get my breakfast and show you guys what's up there. Today we're going to Nassau. We are about 2.5 hours out. It's 7:30, 8 o'clock. We're supposed to get there around 10. So we're gonna get off the boat and go sightsee and probably do a little bit of shopping just to get our souvenirs. It will be Kennedy's first time out of the country, which is kind of cool. I tried my best to get video of the breakfast buffet, but they had a bunch of cereals. They had your milk and yogurt, some fresh fruit. Here's the menu for the first day. They do change out the sausage item as well as the potato item. So they had like roasted potatoes, but they'll have hash browns another day. And then they had Italian sausage for breakfast, and another day they'll have sausage links or sausage patties. There's more of the fruit that's already cut up on the other side, as well as the omelet bar where you pick your toppings and then they'll make you an omelet. I got breakfast potatoes, pineapple, a little biscuit with blueberry compote, French toast, a little piece of sausage to try, and ham Benedict.
Is that good? So yummy. You got one more piece? Okay. What is that? Ham? All right, take a bite. Mmm.
And here's Kennedy again, stealing our bed. We took Kennedy to the Seuss parade, and we just went into one of the lounges, and they had all the kids like stand up and they did a little chant. They did a little parade around the room, so Brandon took her to do that. And then shortly after that, she was just over it. She's almost 3, so she doesn't really have the attention span of sitting through anything for more than really 10 minutes. The first day was rough because she had us carry her literally everywhere. She would not go in the stroller, she would not walk, so we were really thankful that the second day she felt a little more brave and she started walking, like holding our hand and walking around the boat. So when we were ready to get off the boat, we were pulled into Nassau. So that was pretty cool. We got to see coming in, and they had this cool lighthouse, and it was just really beautiful. The color of the water is just so different from even where we live in Florida, and it's just so cool to see the bright blue water and the white sandy beaches. It's just really beautiful. We just went up on deck and wandered around for a while. We found the Camp Ocean, which we weren't really ready to put Kennedy in a daycare type thing yet, so they were actually closed at the time, so we couldn't go into Bookville. So thankfully we were able to do that later on. And you may not know, but one of the things is hiding these little rubber ducks on cruise ships. And Kennedy was in her stroller. We were headed out to Nassau, and one of the workers had been cleaning and found one of these ducks, so gave it to her. So she found her first cruising duck. The one thing we wanted to do, we didn't want to do any excursions per se, but we wanted to do something in Nassau. So I had done some research before we even left, and I had a map saved on my phone and everything. So we decided to go to the Queen's Staircase. And on the way, we actually ran into a policeman, and we were kind of concerned at first, like being paranoid and having our kid with us, that, oh goodness, this guy is going to lead us to our death or something. Because when he was telling us directions on how to get to the Queen's Staircase, he was very intense. So he's like, look, you're gonna walk straight down here and you're gonna turn at the pink building, and then you're gonna go down 2 streets and turn at the hospital, and then you're just gonna go all the way down, and a man's going to approach you. He's going to tell you the history of the Queen's Staircase, and then you're going to give him a $5 donation. Me and Brandon are kind of side-eyeing each other like, oh God, what's going to happen to us? So since I had the map, his directions lined up with what I had found. So I wasn't too concerned, but of course we still were kind of leery heading down there. But once we got there, yes, a man did approach us. He did tell us the history of the Queen's Staircase, and we did give him a $5 donation. And then we all three climbed up the staircase. It was really incredible going in there. It was just such a different feeling place. There is a fort at the top called Fort Fincastle, and you have to pay to go in, but you can look around for free. At the top of the staircase is also the water tower, and it was really cool looking. It reminded me of a rook in chess. So we kind of walked around the outside of it and got some pictures, and that was pretty cool. But by this point, we saw some storm clouds were starting to roll in, and it was really hot and we were getting tired, so we knew we needed to head back and get our souvenirs. We like to always get a magnet and a shot glass anywhere we'd visit, so we knew that we were going to have to stop by the straw market. But once we were done, we ended up spending most of the rest of the day walking around the ship. We actually found the playground, which was really exciting for her because it gave her something fun to do, and I think kind of gave her that feeling of being home. There was nobody there the first time we went, so she got to kind of explore at her own pace and get comfortable, and she had a good time. After she explored the playground for a little bit, we actually were able to go inside to the Camp Ocean itself, and they have a Dr. Seuss bookville, which is basically just a library full of Dr. Seuss books. They have probably every single Dr. Seuss book there is, and she, of course, loves the library, so she was really excited to get to go to the library on the boat and get to pick out some books, and we sat and read for a little while before heading out. But it was decorated really cool, very quirky, very Seussical, and of course she loved it. She didn't want to leave. One of her milestones they always ask us about at her pediatrician visits is, can she go upstairs? And we don't have stairs in our houses here, so we're never really anywhere where she can even try to do stairs. So she was definitely getting in all of her practice on doing them and had fully mastered the stairs by the end of our trip. We checked out a whole bunch of areas of the ship because the ship was pretty empty since we were in port. And when we went to the piano bar, I thought there was like a gum wrapper or a piece of garbage on the piano keys. It happened to be another duck. They're usually just rubber duck. Kennedy was very excited that she got another duck, and it gave her something to do while we were walking around to kind of keep an eye out and look for them. So that was fun. Of course, I stopped by the coffee bar and got a frappe. When we got back to our room, we had an elephant towel animal waiting for us. This was my outfit for dinner on the second night. It was casual, but I got a lot of compliments on this dress. So I was feeling good, and it was kind of funny to be dressed up because I don't normally wear dresses. Before we went to dinner, we were sitting on our balcony, and the Disney ship parked next to us had their music going because they were getting ready to set sail again. And this lady was just loving it and living her best life dancing on the Disney ship. So that was really cute. And then we headed down to dinner. Kennedy wanted to wear a dress with buttons too, so we matched. And for dessert, Kennedy got a banana split, and it was her very first one. She loved it. On this night, they ended up having the Dr. Seuss Thing 1 and Thing 2 and the Cat in Hat doing the pictures outside of the dining room. So Brandon took Kennedy so they could take pictures together. The towel elephant was dressed up. My dad stayed with Kennedy and hung out with her in our room so we could go to the show. And then on our way back, we saw a bunch of kids in their Halloween costume, and we knew that they were supposed to be doing some sort of trick or treat, but we hadn't seen anything telling us about it. So we had brought her costume, and we ended up passing by the room where they were having the party, and we just went in. We went to one of the workers and said, "We didn't know you guys were doing the Halloween thing. She didn't get a trick or treat bag," and they just gave her one. So that was really nice of them. She was very excited because she got to go trick or treating. She was dressed up like Blue from Blue's Clues, and Daddy dressed up as Josh, so it was Josh and Blue from Blue's Clues. The moon was so cool. I wish that the video had come out better, but it was so beautiful out on the balcony at night, just the sound of the waves and the wind, and it was just really, really cool. Kennedy did much better last night. We even got to go to a show. My dad came and watched her. We saw a bunch of kids that were trick-or-treating, so we managed to find where they were doing that. We had her in her Blue's Clues costume, and Brandon dressed up as Josh. Everybody kept commenting on how cute they were. They had a little dance party, Halloween party, and she got a trick-or-treat bag, so she was very, very happy about that. She did really well yesterday. I think she's getting used to being on the boat too. She actually just got up at 6, and so did we. And we are waiting to get into Princess Cays, which is Carnival's island. And we're supposed to be able to get off between 8 and 9 since we're in a suite. So we have to take a water shuttle over to the island, and we're going to spend a little time at the beach before getting back on the boat. When we went up to breakfast, the pool deck had all sorts of towel animals done, and we got a kick out of that. They had alligators and turtles, the skeleton guy, they had all sorts of stuff. It was pretty cool. Kennedy was like, "Oh my goodness, an octopus. Oh my goodness, a turtle." It was pretty cute. So she got a kick out of that. And then we just grabbed breakfast off the Lido buffet again, pancakes, some sticky buns, and today was actually our beach day. So we ate a little bit more than we did the first day just to make sure that we weren't going to be hungry. And then the fiasco began. We had to take a ferry to Princess Cays. So we got down onto the boat, and Kennedy was extremely unhappy. Like screaming, crying, freaking out the whole time. And we're just holding her like, "We have to go on this boat to go to the beach." Like, we're trying to go to the beach. And she really, really wanted to go to the beach, but I think she just didn't understand that we had to go on this other little tiny boat to get to the beach. So once we got going, she did a little bit better. The lady next to us, bless her heart, she was trying to show her pictures on her phone of her cat to get her to calm down, and it worked a little, but then she would just get upset again. So once we got to Princess Cays, Kennedy did much better. But Princess Cays is Carnival's private island with like a beach area. They have different activities you can do on the water, like the paddle boats. You can do a stingray excursion where you can swim or snorkel with them, which is what was in this little area here. And then your water ferry parks and drops you off. They had the towel elephant guy here to greet you as you came on. And then they had beach chairs and cabanas and little clamshells that you could rent for the day. And you just were right there to the beach. So at first, Kennedy didn't want anything to do with going in the water, but she was more than happy to sit up on the beach and do sand castles. So that got her kind of warmed up to it, and then we all ended up going in the water together and ended up having a really nice time. They actually had a park there, and they have a little pool for kids maybe who aren't comfortable going into the beach, but you have to be potty trained in order to use the pools. So she couldn't go in the pool, but she was happy to just run around the playground for a little bit. We only stayed maybe a couple hours at the beach. We were just hot, tired, and we started getting hungry. They had barbecue for us on the beach, but we just wanted to head back and get cleaned up. So Princess Cays was fun. The beach was really nice, and we had a good time once we got here, but Kennedy did not do so well on the little water shuttle boat. I think she was scared, but she cried the whole way. So hopefully the way back is a little bit easier. Kennedy did a lot better on the on the ferry ride back to the boat, so thank goodness for that. But she had a fun time at the beach, but I think she was tired and ready to go too. When we got back to our room, we had a puppy towel animal waiting for us. We got all showered and cleaned up, and then we headed up to the sports deck to play mini golf. And Kennedy loved it, except obviously she has no idea what she's doing. So poor Brandon was trying to like kind of show her, and she was just like, nah, I'm gonna pick the balls up and go over here and throw them over there, and I'm just gonna do my own thing. And my parents ended up meeting us up there as well. This night was actually a formal night or elegant night in the dining room, so we got all dressed up for dinner. My dad forgot nice pants. He only had shorts, and my brother-in-law only had jeans, so it was just the three of us for dinner that night.
You answer them or no?
Yeah.
We attempted to go to the 80s pop show that night. They actually had some technical difficulties, so it ran a little long, and we ended up leaving before it actually ended. Just because Kennedy was so tired from the day, she started getting really fussy, and we were tired, so we were just ready to go to bed. So we went ahead and went upstairs and went to bed. Good morning. It is Sunday, and yesterday was a pretty good day. We had our fancy dinner night, so we all got dressed up. So it was really fun to get all fancy and have a delicious dinner. Last night the seas were much calmer, so that was good, and we all went to a show together in the big theater. We went to the 80s pop show, which was really fun. They had lots of great music. Kennedy actually hung in there until it was almost over, but around 8 she was just so tired from going to the beach. We played mini golf, and we ran all over the ship yesterday too. Everybody slept really well last night, and we are up and refreshed. This morning we have the Dr. Seuss breakfast my sister got for us as a gift for Kennedy. And then we're gonna do Build-A-Bear this afternoon. So I'm really kind of excited for that. But today, like I said, it's our fun day at sea. So we're gonna be hanging out on the boat all day and having lots of fun. So here we go. Today was our sea day, so we were just chilling and then went up to breakfast. I just got eggs, ham benedict again. I had honey and brown sugar and walnuts in my oatmeal. After breakfast, we went up to the sports deck again and did some more mini golf because Kennedy wanted to do mini golf again, and I got to play this time, and I am not good at sports, and mini golf is no exception. So Brandon got this great footage of me epically failing at all things mini golf. So enjoy my failings as a mini golfer. And then this awesomeness right here. Like, how does this even happen? This is my luck. Yeah. But it was pretty cool because when we were up there, we saw this beautiful rainbow and it looked like it just went into the ocean. It was pretty crazy. So that was really fun. And then we went up to the photo deck and looked around and got to see the pictures that they had taken of us. So we just grabbed a couple of them and then we went on our way. Kennedy, are you ready for Dr. Seuss? This was actually our day for the Dr. Seuss breakfast. My sister and brother-in-law actually bought it for us as a surprise for Kennedy, and the three of us got to go to the Seuss green eggs and ham breakfast. They had all sorts of crazy fun food that you could get. They have the different characters come out at breakfast. So Thing 1 and Thing 2 came out, and Thing 2 was very naughty and stole Kennedy's apple juice. And she was like, "Hey now, give me back my apple juice." So that was pretty funny to see her like interaction with Thing 2. And then they got pictures with them and Cat in the Hat. But I think she had a really fun time. It was definitely worth it. We were very thankful to my sister and brother-in-law for that. Then Sam I Am came out and they all sang and we did the napkin dance and she had a really fun time with that. They did little autograph books and this really cool setup up front with the Sam I Am picture and then a carved ice sculpture of Cat in the Hat, and then a Thing 1 and Thing 2 little photo opportunity that Kennedy and I were in. When we got back to our room, we had a heart waiting for us instead of the towel animal, so we ended up with a bear, a dog, an elephant, and a heart. The Monticello Library actually had kids books and you could check them out, leave them in your room at the end of your cruise, and they'll put them back for you. I had actually ordered Brandon a birthday cake and I got the sugar-free vanilla with sugar-free strawberry filling, and so we got that for him and sang happy birthday as just a little birthday treat for him. We took Kennedy to the Build-A-Bear workshop and you got to go up just like in the store and pick out a friend, and then they would stuff it and then sew it up, and you could buy little accessories and stuff for it, but she was perfectly happy just getting her new puppy, and this is now her new best friend to carry around on the boat, and she said she can't wait to get puppy home to introduce them to all of her other stuffed animal friends. Kennedy won a necklace in the arcade, and of course it matched Brandon's shirt perfectly, so he had to wear it. Well, we made it home. We are back in port. It's about 6 in the morning. Kennedy woke us up at 4:15 with a bad dream. I ran down to Lido and got some coffee. Vacation was nice, but I can't wait to sleep in my own bed. We had a really fun time, and Kennedy did really well for her first vacation, so I'm pretty proud of her. We'll get her up in a little bit so we can all go have some breakfast. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little different than my usual content. Make sure you click the thumbs up if you liked this one. Comment down below, let me know if you've ever been on a cruise, and if so, which one and what did you like about it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every week, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye.